Hello there. Are you planning on going to Nigeria in few months time or in few weeks time or anytime this year or in fact next year or whenever it's going to be? You seriously need to watch this video because in this video I'm going to share things that I wish I knew before I went to Nigeria in December. Yes, I was in Nigeria in December, that December last month. And let me tell you, I wish I know this thing because if I've known all these things that I'm going to share in this video, I wouldn't have been ranting, and my ranting video wouldn't have made it to the blogs. It was just a coincidence. I wasn't even just complaining. I was just a little bit unprepared. I was not prepared for all what I experienced. And I wish people have told me earlier about things to do. I've not been home for the last 3 years. So I wish people have told me earlier. And besides, some people were calling me. They were like, oh, they saw my video that I made and they were thinking, should they cancel their trip to Nigeria? No, no, don't cancel that trip. You need to go and eat that amala. You still need to go and see your family. You still need to go and eat egusi or whatever food that you are craving for. Because I know everybody have that food that if it is not made in Nigeria, it is not original. It won't be exactly the same. Especially me personally, I can state for a fact. So you still need to go and see your family, do things that you plan on doing. You just need to prepare better so that you can enjoy your trip, so that the trip can be as smooth as possible. And watch this video to the end. I am watching you. Make sure you watch it to the end. So, first one on my list is make sure you get somebody to pick you from the airport. When you are coming to Nigeria from wherever you are traveling from, I traveled from the UK and flight landed in Abuja. So I had to fly from Abuja to Lagos, even though my primary destination is Ibadan. But because airport in Ibadan currently is on renovation and stuff, so I needed to land in Lagos first. So my sister picked me up from Lagos, and my journey from Lagos to Ibadan was a smooth one. In fact, when I didn't even spend more time at the airport because they were already waiting for me. My sisters were waiting for me. So drove to Ibadan. So when you are going to Nigeria, make sure that is on your to-do list that this is the first thing to do. Arrange transportation for yourself. That aside, second thing, and this is also very important, is that I wish I did not stay in my family house for the first few days that I went to Nigeria. If I had known earlier, I would have got an apartment or get an hotel, and I'm going to explain why. Yes, before you say why, I'm going to explain why. So this is my why. I left UK, London precisely, and the temperature in London was -2 degrees. As at the time I got to the airport in London, it was -2 degrees. And from -2 degrees to 38 degrees, oh my God, it was so hot. Nobody prepared me for that level of hotness. Yes, they were my family, although my friends have been saying to me on the phone that, oh, Nigeria is currently hot. I was like, I'm going to survive because I was in Ibiza and Ibiza was hot. I was in Albania. I went during summer and they were hot. But this hot was peppered hot. That kind of hot that my face was just so, I was boiling. So I wasn't prepared for that. So if I had known earlier, instead of going home, I know I didn't do anything wrong. In fact, I'm not blaming myself because I've not seen my family for 3 years and I want to spend time at home with them anyway. But if I had known earlier, I would have got apartment or hotel with constant electricity and stay there for the first 2 days or 3 days so that my body can slowly adapt to the change in temperature. But no, I went home straight from the airport. And that day that I went home was when electricity, NEPA, they decided that they want electricity to do anyhow. That was when electricity do anyhow. That was the day generator got spoiled and we didn't have inverter at home. God, I did not even want to. I woke up in the midnight. I couldn't sleep, sweating. All this rechargeable fan, even though the fan was trying to help, but it was just not enough. I didn't even enjoy my sleep. If my whole family, they were just trying their possible best to make sure that I can be comfortable, but I can't even explain. The hotness was just coming from within. So don't make the same mistake I made. Even though you plan that, oh, you're going to stay at home with family, you're going to, but don't go straight. Get somewhere first. Cool down. Get used to the temperature before you go to your house. And I'm sure you will not regret doing that. So let's move to the next one. The next one is data. Data. These people, especially Airtel, these network providers, they chop my money. I know you are going to go to Nigeria with money, but don't let these network providers, don't let them chop it. Don't even give them that chance to eat your money. The way they were just eating my money, I will sleep and I'll wake up and then I'll get this message. Dear subscriber, your data is remaining 20 MB. As how? I just subscribed yesterday. It's not even about the money. It's just that I just go back to Nigeria and I'm already spending this money and I'm even spending the money. It is now on data. No. So this is what you should do to avoid being in my shoe. In fact, that video that made it to the blogs, number one that I started that conversation with was data, because I wasn't happy with how much I was spending on data. So you should get a MiFi or a Wi-Fi, small one from these network providers. They are very portable, so you can connect your phone to it, do as much subscription as you want to do on it, and it might last you. I think people said it lasts longer than you buying data, doing all those small subscription that I was doing. Omo, I really wish I knew. When I was in Nigeria and my data is about to expire, I'll quickly use the last remaining data to do the subscription from my mobile banking. But on this fateful day, I was inside the market and I was somewhere that the internet was even terrible anyway. And to be honest, I had to beg a stranger to please on hotspot for me so that I can quickly do the subscription on my phone. I didn't even know that it was my data that was about to finish. I just realized that my messages were not delivering. I couldn't call or anything like that. So don't make that mistake at all. And let me give you the tips. This one very important. Before you buy a SIM, especially if you don't have a Nigerian SIM like me, because when I was going home, my SIM, they've already gave it out to somebody. So if you don't have a SIM like me, make sure you, before you get that SIM, borrow or ask around where the network is good, either in your house, because in our own house, MTN network was good in the living room, but in the bedroom it was bad. Luckily for me, Airtel was good in everywhere. So that was how I ended up with Airtel. So you should also make sure you check where the network will be good, because it might just be good outside your house, so that you don't end up staying outside the house and be looking for internet. So that one aside, this another one is nobody prepare me for how expensive Nigeria is. Omo, hey, things that I used to buy for how much, they are times five now. I'm not complaining o, I'm just preparing you ahead. And thank God when I went home with cash. I went home, I also tried to be prepared, but I'm just telling you, be prepared too, because trust me, you don't want to be complaining that, oh, why is this expensive? Why is that expensive? At least you'll be able to be prepared ahead. And also, there are so many new restaurants now for my Ibadan based people, because I'm Ibadan girl. I grew up in Ibadan. I was born in Ibadan. So there's so many new restaurants in Ibadan that I tried out, and the food was so good. Food was lovely. So you might also want to try going to those places. That aside, nobody prepared me for the dust I encounter. So the dust, because it was harmattan period, and also it was some roads that have not been made, and so it leads to dust here and there. Omo, and that's correct, but I want to experience taking Okada again. I want to experience going inside keke. So I did public transportation to, not every time Uber, boats, or asking my sister to pick me up everywhere. So I took Okada. I entered Moruwa, I entered everything, but the consequences was me ending up with dust. I inhaled so much dust that for 2 days I couldn't talk. I lost my voice. My throat was so dry and itchy. I had to depend on Strepsils and some other medications to get better before I could even talk. So if you want to avoid things like this, you should look more into getting boat or get a car to drive around. Dat one will save you from a little bit of dust. Although you inhale some dust, you can't avoid it. Dat one aside. So the thing is, when you are coming back to the UK, number one thing you should never forget is try to buy your malaria medicine oh, because it is very important, so that you don't end up with malaria here. So get anti-malaria medicine if you can. It will also help you. And this trip that you're about to take, you need to take it. You need to enjoy yourself, because I actually did. I saw my family, I went out with my friends, I went to different places, I had so many food, like food I've not had in a long time. And mind you, the amala that they make in all this buka in London, I do not even recommend any of them. You can't even compare them to the one originally in Ibadan. So I ate, in fact, I was waking up to item 7. Oh my god, I was just eating item 7 shawarma every time. I was eating item 7 shawarma. So tey when I was coming to back to the UK, I had to buy some. I carry one even come to the UK with me. So guys, when you are going for your trip, don't forget all these tips I'm sharing, and I hope you are going to use them. And if you think, and if you feel that I did miss some tips, you can add it in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, comment, share on your notification, and I'll see you again.